Hello and welcome to the swamps. Before we get started, I have a couple messages that I want to say to everybody. The first is that I am so grateful to everyone who has subscribed to me. There are no words to properly express just how grateful I am for you. And next, for some strange reason, when you go to my channel, it says that I don't have any videos. This is not true. I don't know why YouTube is doing this. If you go to the video section of my channel, you will see all of my videos. So my apologies. I, again, have no reason why, or no idea why YouTube is doing it. And you know what? There is no reason that YouTube is doing it. There's no reason for that. But yes, okay, let's get started. Today we're going to be doing a tarot reading on what blessings are coming your way. This is pile 1, this is pile 2, and this is pile 3. All right, let's go, guys. Hello, pile number 1. This is your tarot reading for what blessings are coming your way. You chose the red aura quartz. And I've said this in the past, but this is such a beautiful piece because I think it looks like a little flame, and I love that. All right, let's get started. First, we're going to get into your oracles, and then we will get into your tarot. I'm going to back up just a little bit. All right, let's read your oracles. Your first oracle card is the energy is gaining momentum, waxing moon. Your next oracle card is carnelian, feed your creativity. Sorry about that sound. Your next oracle card is productivity with pumpkin and the sign Cancer, as well as the number 8. And lastly, your card is divine source. Help me know that all my deepest needs will be met. Let me trust that you have a plan and the right actions will come. You are my source for all. Okay, so let me just put your crystal back. All right, so the message I'm getting here from your oracle cards is mainly that there's going to be some kind of spark of creativity coming your way. Now, this could be for a couple different types of people. So if you're an artist, I'm assuming you've been in a bit of a rut or a lull with creativity. And interestingly, I think that this is serving you in a weird way. In the sense that right now, it's almost like, imagine if your creativity was like a person or an animal. Eventually it's going to get tired and it's going to need to sleep. And I feel like that's kind of what's going on here. And that's why this card came out. The energy is gaining momentum. So like you're like resting your creativity so that you can have more creativity. Now, if you're not an artist, if you're not somebody who does like creative things, like, you know, like if you don't create things, basically, this could also be basically like a creative solution is coming your way to a problem you've been going through potentially. But I'm really getting mostly that this is for my artists. Again, you might not be an artist and this could still resonate with you. But I feel like this is mostly aimed at artists in the sense that I feel like this group has been in a creative lull and they don't feel very productive right now. But what this reading is trying to tell you is that the next blessing that's coming your way is productivity. It is creativity. In fact, for some of you, I feel like you're going to be connected to divine source. I don't know if you know a lot about the concept of divine source. And if you don't, I definitely nudge you to go look it up. But essentially, it's the concept that there is only really one source that we pull all of our ideas from, that we pull all of our energy from. And I feel like this blessing that's coming your way is being more connected to that divine source and being able to fluently bring out these ideas and create these ideas. Again, you don't need to be an artist. You don't need to be creating for this to apply to you. This could totally just be a creative a creative solution to a problem, or maybe you just have a creative idea. For some of you, I feel like you might be working with others, and this could be like, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the name of it, but it's like, when you get together with a bunch of people and you kind of like it's like the idea guys. I'm trying to think of the right word for it, but like a brainstorming sesh with like friends or a group, or even like the work environment. I feel like this is the blessing that's coming that way. Like if you are working on a project with a group of people, you're going to be blessed with a really creative and important idea. Again, you don't have to be an artist, but you can be an artist. And I do feel like the majority of people that choose this pile will be interested in art in some kind of fashion. So I feel as though basically you're gonna, like, the biggest blessing to come to this pile specifically is being more connected with divine source. When I said that, I also got hit with another message. So this could just be being more connected with divine source, being more connected with divine creativity, or the divine creative energy of this universe. This could be a very spiritual experience for some of you. This could be like moving up in your spiritual journey, or broadening your perspective. That could also be a part of this. I'm going to get into your tarot cards now. So we have the World. That sort of reminds me of divine source, if I'm honest with you. It makes like that. This is like everything there is or ever was. And that is exactly what divine source is. So I feel like this is just confirming that you will be more connected with divine source, more connected with that creative energy that exists in this universe. For whatever reason. Again, it doesn't necessarily need to be for creating like art projects and things. It could definitely just be, a creative energy where creative energy is needed, is what I just heard. So it could definitely have to do with solving a problem. But with this productivity card coming out, I feel like this is really just as well as creative energy and inspiring energy. So you might feel more inspired to be productive. You might feel more inspired to be creative. That is the main takeaway I'm getting so far. Let's see your next tarot card. And then we have the Ace of Wands. Exactly. A new spark of inspiration, a new spark of creativity. That is what this group is getting. That is the blessing that is coming this way for this group. I want to go back to this card. I felt drawn to this card. So for some of you, you feel as though you put a lot of your worth into your ability to create. And lately, you've been feeling this lull. But I really do want to take a second to emphasize that your energy is gaining momentum while this lull is occurring. It's not unusual for creative people to have moments or like cycles, is what I feel urged to call it, where you go from being like super creative to just kind of like, like the creative, like I was saying earlier, like the creative energy is sleeping. It's, I've gone through that. I still like to do art, but I don't do it as often as I used to. I've had that. I think it's totally natural for every artist to go through that, and there's absolutely no shame in that. I feel like with this group, you've been feeling less productive because of that, and this is sort of a message that's to reassure you that this is normal. It's like you can't just be pumping out art constantly. That would be so energetically draining. I mean, like you'd have to, like the only like entity, I guess I should say, that really does that is divine source. But you have the capability to be connected to divine source. And I have a feeling that this pile, people who chose this pile, are naturally more able to connect with the divine source. But just because recently you weren't fully connected to it doesn't mean that you'll never get back to that connection. It just means that you are taking a break to rest your energy and to actually like regain that energy. It's like, I really like the I don't know what it would be called. I get called like, I guess metaphor that I used at the beginning of this. It's like your creative energy is sleeping. You know, people don't just stay awake forever and keep going and going and going. We need to rest. So there's no shame. Like, you wouldn't be ashamed of taking a nap. There's no shame in having a creative lull. There's just absolutely no shame in it. So I think we're ready to pull some charms. Oh yeah. Sorry. So the first charm that I want to touch on is this cross. This is a reminder to have faith in yourself. You know, if you've created something that you're really proud of before, that means you have the ability to create. There's, you know, you have the ability to create things, to draw this energy from divine source. It's not really going anywhere. It's not something that really leaves you. It's just something that goes in cycles. It's like the moon. The moon isn't always full, but it becomes full every month. It's, you know, it's just something that goes in cycles. I don't really know what else to say. The next charm I'd like to talk about is this butterfly. And again, I think it's emphasizing cycles. You know, this is something that happens in cycles, and there's absolutely no shame in the part of the cycle where there's not a lot of creating going on. That's just a part of the whole process, is what I just heard. Next, we have this, I'm not quite sure what it is. I think it's like a black flamingo, but I'm not quite sure. I heard ostrich. I don't know much about ostriches. I really don't. So I don't know what to, there might be something about the ostrich that's important, but I actually don't know much about them. So I'm not gonna try to even like guess what I'm thinking it might be. Well, why don't I tell you? I'll tell you, but I could be wrong. Or it could just be about birds in general. Birds are not, unless you're a chicken, and chickens only do this for the first 2 years, by the way. Chickens only produce eggs every day for the first 2 years of their lives, I think. Maybe not lives, but when they're like mature enough to. They only do it for 2 years. Again, I think that's just to represent cycles. I don't know how long it takes for an ostrich to produce an egg, but it might take a long time, and that might just be symbolic of what's happening here. It might have taken you a long time to produce this egg, so to speak, but it's a big egg. It's a big egg. That's what ostriches lay, huge eggs. You can get an entire day's worth of nutrients from I don't know if that's true actually. I just know that their eggs are huge. They're like this big if you cook it. So the next charm coming out is the sun charm, and the sun is representative again of creativity. This group, I can't stress enough, the blessing coming your way is a creative, like a creative spark is what I want to say. And then your last charm is this star, but I heard the North Star. So I feel like whatever this creative spark is, you might be guided to it. I do have another message real quick for this group, which is that sometimes we need to change our medium that we're using in order to get a creative spark. So like for me, I used to always draw all the time, but then I hit a creative lull. And so I tried to do like pottery, and that actually really helped me. Like, I'm not saying that if you're an artist who draws to go do pottery, but like explore your options, explore other mediums that you can use to create, because that can actually help reignite this flame of creativity. All right, so that's all I'm really getting for this pile. Thank you for watching this reading. I hope you found it helpful. If you wish to support my channel, please subscribe. And once again, thank you. Hello, pile number 2. This is your tarot reading for what blessings are coming your way. You chose the garnet. Again, a really gorgeous stone. I think I've only used this once more before in my readings, but I really like it. All right, let's get started. As usual, we're going to get into your oracles first, then your tarot. Your first oracle card is a new start is coming, new moon. Sorry. Your next oracle card is golden healer quartz, open the door. I'm gonna move this, sorry. Your next card is longevity with chrysanthemum and Scorpio. And your last oracle card is liberation. The doubts and fears still come up. You don't believe anymore, and they're you. Sorry. Let me read that again. The doubts and fears still come up. You don't believe anymore that they are you. All right. So for this group, the blessing that's coming your way is a new beginning. I don't know what this is about exactly. This could be a new job. This could be changing your major. This could be a new relationship. This could be just starting a project over is something that I just heard. This could be a lot of things, but whatever it is, it's going to come as a blessing to you. Perhaps somebody's giving you a second chance is something that I just heard. Maybe you recently screwed up with somebody in some kind of way, and they're willing to give you a second chance to prove that you are serious. Whatever that may apply to. Could even be a job again. So the main takeaway that I'm getting already right off the bat for you guys is a new beginning. And particularly with this new beginning, it almost gives me like tower card vibes, these oracle cards, to be honest with you, because we're starting something new, and this new thing is going to be more long lasting. It's going to be more of a stronger foundation. And this is going to make you feel liberated. You're going to feel a lot more liberated than you were previously with whatever this is replacing. Because I do feel like whatever this energy is, it is replacing some kind of old energy. It makes sense with the new moon coming out. So for some of you, I feel like this is going to be very cleansing. This is going to be a very cleansing feeling to start over for some of you. Like, I really do get that this is like starting over. Perhaps, I've had this happen. This is kind of a weird example, but I've had this happen with my tarot readings before where, something will happen, like I'll knock over the camera, or I'll realize that I didn't light my incense, and I'll just start the video over. And because I did that, I'll get like new messages when I do that. Like I feel like sometimes that happens because I'll be missing something, and then Spirit's just like, well, hold up, they really need to hear this. So this could be something similar in the sense that you started something and there's something that you're missing. And in order to get that piece of the puzzle, or, get that, whatever it is, you need to start over. And sometimes that can be a little bit frustrating. I have the feeling that some of you might be mildly frustrated with this when this first happens, but it will be so worth it. Just trust me on that. That was just one example that I use with my tarot videos, but another example would be, I feel like I keep hearing like a second chance. So perhaps this first go was like a learning experience for you. And now being able to have this new start, you'll be more experienced. You'll be more able to just do better, whatever that is. It could even just be a project that you've been working on. And again, if in that particular context, that's really good because you learned so much from starting it, and you're going to have the ability, you're going to be able to apply what you already learned to this new start, which is really good. That's, like I said, it could be a little frustrating that you have to start all over, but sometimes it's super worth it. I just heard the classic saying, slow and steady wins the race. So what that pertains to in this context is that even though you might be set back a little bit, you will be pushed forward so much further with having that experience already, if that makes sense. Let's get into your tarot. The first card coming out is the Two of Swords. Yeah, I feel like for some of you, you were like stuck. You were stuck in this old energy, and it, like I said, it's going to be like cleansing for this new door to open, especially with this golden healer quartz coming out. I feel like this is going to be like healing for some of you. And again, like I said, I feel like whatever this new door is, whatever this start over is, it's going to be able to be more of a solid foundation for you to I heard exist on, which is kind of weird. For some of you, this could pertain, and this is kind of weird, but this could pertain to buying a house. And I have a lot to say on that, to be honest. I recently bought a house within the past year, and it was crazy. It was just insane. It took a really long time to do the underwriting process, but even before that, looking for a house was just insane, just absolutely insane. And what I will say is, for some of you, I don't know if this is going to apply to all of you, but if you're looking for a home, and recently, I'm just picking up on this memory, so I have to say it, and recently, a house that you were interested in was bought before you could, even put a offer in. Rejection is protection. And I learned that with my house buying experience. I'm almost in tears thinking about it, but I saw this house, me and my partner saw this house that we really wanted, and we booked a showing for that house. And literally the day after we booked the showing, it was sold to somebody else. And I was just completely heartbroken. I'm like crying now. I was just like completely heartbroken about it. But you know what? I didn't really want that house. I thought I wanted it, but I didn't really want it. And you want to know why I know that? It's because I wanted this house. This house is so much cooler. It's really awesome. I love this house so much. But I wouldn't have been able to get this house if I would have bought the other house. And, I'm just so like grateful that somebody else bought that house now. So I feel like that's sort of, I had to start over looking for a house because of that. But because I had to start over looking for that house, I opened a new door and I liked what was inside that door a lot better than the other house. So just thought I would mention that. And then your next card is the King of Cups. So I feel like for some of you, this might not be like a physical start over. It could be an emotional start over. You could be starting over. It could be like a relationship for some of you. But I don't want to say that's for all of you. This is just, I feel like this is sort of like a reset emotionally. Whenever this happens, it's going to like reset you emotionally. You're going to be in a more emotionally stable place. And I feel like that's where this liberation card is coming in. Whatever this start over is, whatever this new beginning is, you're going to feel liberated from it. I'm ready to pull charms. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. So this charm, I truly believe, represents knowledge. It represents just like this start over is in fact a learning experience for some of you. For others of you, this start over could just be like a regeneration. Like it could just be part of a healing process for some of you. Again, we have this guy coming out confirming that this is about knowledge. This is about wisdom. You're going to be gaining wisdom. You're going to be gaining like a do-over. I just can't get over the fact that this is a redo for some of you. And with this charm, I get that you're going to be building a stronger foundation with whatever this is. You're going to like, again, kind of going back to my house story. This house is so much of a stronger foundation, not literally, but in the sense that like, I just am so much more compatible with this house than that other house. And I feel like, even if it's not a house for you guys, maybe take that as like a metaphorical story for you. It's not metaphorical, it was literal for me, but take it metaphorically for you. Maybe whatever this new beginning is a new foundation for you. And you might be much more compatible with whatever this new beginning is than whatever the old thing was. And I think that's why you're going to be so much more emotionally stable and liberated from this. So that's all I'm really getting for this pile. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you wish to support my channel, please subscribe. And once again, thank you. Oh, I knew that was going to happen.
Hello, pile number 3. This is your tarot reading for what blessings are coming your way. You chose the Peach Moonstone Pyramid. Really cool gem. Yep, good taste in gems for sure. All right, let's get started. I'm going to get into your oracle first and then your tarot, as usual. All right, your first oracle card is You Are Good Enough, full moon in Virgo. Your next oracle card is Rainbow Obsidian, Heal Your Heart. Your next oracle card is Energy with Orange and Virgo again, and the number 28. And your last oracle card is Love. Divine Source is the idea that no person, place, or thing is your salvation, only love itself. Okay, so with this group, I actually truly believe that the blessing coming your way is self-acceptance. Your energy is going to change, particularly your energy surrounding your heart chakra with this Heal Your Heart card coming out. I feel as though you're going to be more open to, and I feel like I did a similar reading to this recently, to be honest with you, but it's coming out again. So this is definitely a blessing for one or more of you. You're gonna be more accepting of yourself is the big takeaway I'm getting from this group. To be honest, this is a self-love reading for sure. If anything, this reading might even be considered like self-care. This is something that you need to hear, which is that you are good enough with this card coming out, and you're gonna start realizing that. You're gonna be coming into your power is something that I just heard just now. And then when I looked at this, I heard you're gonna be feeling peachy. Which is cute, and I know this isn't a peach, but it sort of reminds me of a peach. I don't even know if this deck actually has a peach in it. It might. If it does, I have never gotten it, but anyway. Yeah, this group is going to be starting to feel more connected with themselves energetically. This group is going to be more open with themselves, and like when I say open, I genuinely mean accepting. This group is coming into some major self-love, and I think that's totally beautiful, and that truly is a blessing. For some of you, this is actually going to be quite a spiritual experience, I truly believe, or it has been a spiritual experience. Like you've been going through, like for some of you, I feel like this was an intention that was set, meaning that you had a goal to become more soft on yourself or to become more in love with yourself. And I truly believe that some of you are going to be meeting that goal. This could even be a manifestation for some of you. I truly believe, weirdly, even though Taurus did not at all come up in this reading, I'm getting a little bit of Taurus vibes with that self-care. Even this sort of, I know this is totally Virgo, but like the way that she looks, like the way that she's just sort of relaxed and just feeling herself, I totally get some Taurus vibes from that, which makes sense because they're both earth energy. But what this group is, I definitely have some Virgos with this group, and I mentioned this with the reading that I was talking about earlier that is very similar to this, which is that Virgos, a big lesson that Virgos need to learn in this lifetime is to love themselves, is to be easier on themselves, and is to be less critical of themselves. That's the biggest lesson that Virgos have to learn. So I truly believe that there are Virgos watching this right now, and if you aren't a Virgo sun, you might have another important Virgo placement. And if you don't know, I highly suggest looking it up, because that knowing your whole chart is so, I don't want to say it's so important that you have to go look it up, but it is super helpful. So I definitely suggest doing that if you haven't already. Let's get into your tarot cards. So the first card coming out is the Empress. Exactly. You're going to be like loving your own energy here. You're gonna feel like this is like queen energy. This is not even queen, this is goddess energy, okay? You are gonna be feeling like a goddess. You're gonna be feeling more connected to yourself. You're gonna be feeling more in love with yourself. Again, major self-love vibes from this group. Your next tarot card is the Lovers. Oh my God. Yes, you're gonna be like, this is you with yourself. I feel like this is you with your physical body and with your mental body and with your spiritual body. I feel like that's what the two sort of represent here. is that there's just a coming together, like you're coming together with yourself. I truly believe that this is a major self-love blessing for this group, which, you know, that's amazing. I'm happy for you. That's like, it's so hard to love yourself sometimes, and I feel like like people don't totally understand that. I feel like there's this concept going around that like you have to love yourself in order to receive love, which isn't true at all, and I want to clarify that. But it's still like you want to love yourself, you know, and you know, a lot of things in life don't totally feel complete unless you love yourself. Again, it's not necessary for you to have a fulfilling life, but it is something that's really nice to have. And I'm super happy for this group. Like, I was hearing something like, if you love yourself, then everything else is just like euphoric. Is something that I just heard. It's just, you know, you just, I don't know what other words to express it, but the whole picture comes together when you love yourself. So I'm gonna pull some charms now. Wow, you have 2 moons coming out, which to me suggests that you really don't see this coming. Like, some of you probably even clicked off like, I am never gonna love myself. And I hope a lot of you didn't, because that's confirming that you totally don't see it right now. This might take some time, or this might not be as dramatic as I might be wording it, because tarot does have that issue sometimes, but you're definitely at least going to be starting a self-love journey here, and it is going to be very fulfilling for a lot of you. The next piece here, I don't know what this is, but I do know it's like a landmark, or not even a landmark. It's just like an attraction, a tourist attraction, or I don't really know the right word for it. I just know that this is a place that a lot of people want to visit, which makes me think that you're going to be broadening your perspective about yourself. And then lastly, we have this coin charm coming through, which for some of you, part of the blessing could be making more money as well. And that might actually help you achieve more of a greater sense of yourself. You know, for some people, that's, you know, it takes that, and that's totally valid. But I also feel like you could just be coming into some money here too. So that's all I'm really getting for this reading. Thank you for watching this reading. I hope you found it helpful. If you wish to support this channel, please subscribe. And once again, thank you. Thank you for watching this reading, everyone who has watched this reading. I really hope you all found this helpful, and I just want to say once again, thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed to me. I am eternally grateful. I just thought of the little alien guy from Toy Story. I am eternally grateful. Anyway, again, I hope you found this helpful, and again, thank you. I'm gonna get going, and I hope you have a wonderful day.